Welcome back to Grow It Anyway. Today we are putting in cucumbers. Every year I pickle tons of pickles, sweet pickles, dill pickles, spicy sweet dill pickles, pickle relish, you name it. I pickle a lot of things. And last year I just did not have enough cucumbers. So this year I'm trying something different. I am going to grow them on my cattle panel trellises. I've got probably 3, 4, 5, probably 6 panels I'm going to just have the cucumbers growing over, and we're just going to try it. I just took my cucumbers out of the greenhouse and I'm telling you, they don't look great. The good news is we're just now past our first frost day, or last frost date. And so if I'm going to have to put in more anyhow, and if I need to, if these don't make it, I can just start them from seed in the garden and have plenty of time to do that. So come along, let's plant some cucumbers today. See what we can pickle this summer. Welcome to Grow It Anyway, where imperfect gardens still grow. If your plants don't look Pinterest perfect, you're in the right place. So come on, let's grow it anyway together. Okay, so here we are at our first cucumber bed. These are just the burpee picklers, the burpee pickler cucumbers. These are the best looking cucumbers that I have right now. The other ones that I have, they needed watered. They don't look good. They don't look great at all. But these are what we're gonna plant today. We're still planting everything else, but these are the ones that look the best. So what I'm doing is I've got this cattle panel here that arches all the way over the garden path. And I've got my nasturtiums here, hopefully to attract some of those squash bugs and other things that love to munch on my cucumbers. So I've got those kind of as trap plants next to them. And I'm gonna be planting the cucumbers in between the cattle panel and the nasturtiums. I'll probably end up putting more nasturtiums in here as well, and maybe some borage and some other trap type flowers I might even throw in. I've got calendula at the end of the bed as well, so hopefully that'll draw them away from my cucumbers and keep them off. Probably gonna line a bunch of these beds with my cucumbers. I'm gonna put dill up because squash bugs and dill, it's a little bit of a deterrent. So let's get to planting. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move back the mulch and start making some holes. Now, normally I would put each of these cucumber plants about 8 to 10 inches apart. Right today, I'm gonna go ahead and just plant them because they're gonna be going up and over. I am going to be aggressively keeping these pruned back so they get good airflow. That's one of the most important things to keep off the mildew of them, is to keep them pretty good and pruned so they'll have really good airflow. So I think that I can get away with putting all 6 of these along this 4-foot cattle panel. So we're gonna try that. Here's hoping. So I've got my water line in here. It's just a drip irrigation, just like my other beds. And it kind of has this crazy, it has my cutoff here and then it comes out here. But there's a drip line all along here as well. And we're just gonna put in 3 plants around these water lines. One thing I love about these 6 cells is that you literally can just put your finger in here in the bottom of it and just pop out the whole plant. So these are not too bad root bound. Get that. And I'm just gonna pop them in and then mulch it back. And I'm kind of getting them really close to this edge here because what I want them to do is start trellising up this way. Let's break that up a little bit. And we don't want to forget our tag. Okay, let's do the other 3 on the other side. Okay, next bed. Okay, these cucumbers, these were great yesterday. They looked fantastic yesterday. Look at these, they look pathetic. I mean, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed with these. I mean, I think they'll be fine and they'll bounce back. But it's pretty wilty just from needing water. Again, it's getting like 100, 120 in that greenhouse, and in these little 6 cells, it really zaps the water. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do 3 and 3 on this little cattapanel trellis. So let's get it done. Okay, those last 6, after I got them separated in the ground, they weren't as terrible as I thought they were gonna be. So I have, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3 more sets to go, and then we're gonna do our squash. All right, I'm a little embarrassed to show you what I just planted, but I'm going to show you. Have you seen any more pathetic cucumbers? I haven't. Now, those over there, I mean, not too bad. The ones down here, I mean, pretty pathetic. Not great. I am 50-50 on these, so we'll see how they go. The next thing I am going to plant is, or get in the ground, is my winter squash. I'm doing these a little differently in this one. They're going to grow up over the trellises, but I really don't have the bed space. So I'm going to put them in grow bags. So we'll see how that works. Never done that before. All right, cucumbers in. Good news, I have time to replant. So I am pivoting a little. The wind has calmed down, luckily, a little bit. So I've got this cattle panel right here. I have my onions and my radishes, and you know, those, I don't want to move any of those. I had to move a couple of onions, which is good because I had them planted a little bit too deep. Well, I had these pots. My auntie gave these pots to me, and she wasn't using them anymore and said, hey, do you want these pots? And I was like, sure, I'll take the pots. And I've had them on my front porch for several years. Then I have a daughter that says, Mom, these are the ugliest pots known to man. They're just styrofoam. They look terracotta. They're pretty beat up. You've got to get them off your porch. Hateful child. And so I went ahead and got them off my porch, and I was thinking, okay, I've got these little pots back here that I could plant, you know, one plant per, and they'll be able to climb up over the trellis. Instead of doing cucumbers here, I'm doing my winter squash. I'm doing two different types of winter squash. This is a Lakota winter squash. So I'm trying it. I will probably only put 2 plants. I've got 4. I've got 5. I think I'll only do, oh heck, we'll just probably do 4 plants and compost the other one. But I went ahead and I did very similar to I do to my raised beds. I put, you know, brush, cardboard at the bottom, probably the bottom half. And then the rest of this is just good potting mix. And guess what? I see chickens in my garden. I'll be right back.
Girls, no ma'am, out. Where did you guys come from? Go, shoo, out of the garden.
I really do love my chickens. I really do. Just not in the garden. Okay, back to the ugly pots. So my lovely auntie gave me these pots. My mean daughter said, get them off your front porch. And now we're repurposing them. They're perfect for the garden, and we're gonna plant the squash in there. Now I've got smaller pots down there, and I've got some winter squash. I'll only do 1 plant per because they're much smaller pots. So I'm gonna do 1 plant per those, but I think that's gonna be enough. Never done winter squash. Grow it anyway, right? That's what we say. We're just gonna grow it anyway. Okay, let's get them in the ground. Okay, so all we have left is the squash and zucchini. So I'm out of trellis space. So now we're gonna have to get creative. Okay, so now since we ran out of trellis, pardon the tractor sounds behind me. So I have just this little trellis thing that I built, just like the other one that we used for the peas. So I'm gonna use this to put in my squash and my zucchini. I've peeled back the layer of mulch, and you can see I've got my irrigation here. The bane of my existence is squash bugs. I had terrible squash bugs last year. And so what I plan on doing this year is trying to do some companion planting, very aggressive companion planting to see if I can deter some of that. So in the middle here, I just went and deadheaded a couple of my marigolds, and I have put marigolds all down the center. So that's what's going here. I'm gonna put the plants here. I'm gonna put about 3 in, and then from there, I'm gonna line it with dill on the edge here. And then on this edge, I've got calendula here, calendula there. I'm gonna put nasturtiums like right here in the middle, or down the sides on each side. I'm gonna put that, and then I am going to put dill all around the outside. So we're gonna put some dill there as well. Hopefully that will keep the squash bugs at bay. I don't know that it will, but we'll see. We can keep our fingers crossed. So, all right, let's get this zucchini and the squash in the ground and call it a day. Okay, that's the zucchini bed planted. We've got the butterstick squash. We've got the yellow, what do we do here? The golden zucchini. So here's the thing about zucchini. I don't like zucchini if it's green. So but we found this golden yellow stick zucchini last year that was fantastic. So I'm planting some more of that and some Triumph squash as well, this trumpet squash. So basically it's all summer squash. But yeah, that's how she turned out. We'll check in here in about 2 to 3 weeks, see if everything's popped up, because it takes 7 to 14 days for those to germinate, most of them to germinate, the marigolds, the dill, as well as the nasturtiums. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.